Hi folks, my friend Merv is always on me to like my palette of watercolour. So 3 colours: cadmium yellow pale, rose madder, never used that before, and Prussian blue, which I don't like using because it's very strong, but it will give lovely greens, I hope, with that yellow and a bit of red in with it as well. So it's a bit of a lakeland scene. Wet the paper. This is a bit of Saunders water for £200 weight, donated to me by my friend Dennis Eves, who gave up watercolour painting, gave it up as a bad job I think, and sent me all this stuff. So he's carrying on with oils, which I love, as you know. Right, wet the paper all over, and then we can just flood in some nice bit of that madder. These are artist quality. So we'll have a nice orangey sky. And then we'll put a bit of that Prussian blue in and see where we go with that. Look, but I'll mix a bit of madder with that, I think. Okay. Now this paper does expand when it's wet, but if you tape it to your board all the way around with masking tape, what will happen is it will dry, of course, but it'll be very lumpy. So unless you pre-stretch it first and then cut it like I used to use a 3-inch gum strip. I've still got a lot of that left. But this is by far the best way I know of keeping your paper flat. As it expands, just put it out, reclip it. Well, I hope you had a good weekend, folks. I know my friend on the lakes, on Lake Erie, Pennsylvania, is having 16 degrees below, centigrade below, very cold. London today, my bit of London, South London, on the Surrey border, there's a bit of very light dusting. We've had about a centimetre, but a lot of the UK is really being pasted. I think Scotland's due for about 11 inches today. East Anglia, Kent, all on the southeast side of the UK is in for a bit of a bashing, but we don't really get a lot of snow. We get snow, but not very often. It doesn't last very long, thank goodness. There's a lovely sky, lovely gentle. Right, I'm going to I want to put a bit of a horizon here. Okay, so that will be a bit of sea or bit of water later. Let's put a bit of distance. A bit of a now, a bit of cloth with my towel. I've got a nice clean bit of towel. Clean the brush. Take the water out, and I'll just could put a bit of lighter stuff over that. Let's have a bit of green, see what the green looks like. Still some water on the brush. I mean some colour on the brush. Okay, now I want to put a bit of a tree, massive trees in there, so I'll give it a dry, I think, then I can consolidate. Right, headphones off, go! This really is a top-notch watercolour paper, Saunders Waterford. Look at the way that's diffused and left a lovely, lovely dawn sky or any sky. Right, let's see what we can do with the medium hake. Clean it out, make sure it's nice and clean to start with, and we'll get in some lighter colours. I hope you're listening, Merv. Okay, now nice and wet, and we'll get a bit of a beach colour. So just mix. Mix the three primaries. Okay, leave that to dry a bit, and we'll put in some nice bit of green now. Bit of shadow in the trees. Okay, now put a bit of dry brush across the water here. So just those initial colours. Right, let's try that. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants at the moment. Just trying to make up something that's a bit bright and cheerful for a snowy Monday morning. Paint spring. In the summer, paint winter. Right, we'll add a bit of texture to the foreground. There's a bit of grass, there's a yellow and a blue. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Get a nice dark. Very, very light touch with the dry brushing. Quite like that. Clean the brush thoroughly. That's a Prussian blue has always been a very strong, dominating colour, so use it with discretion. I don't know whether I really want to paint water there. I just could put some bushes in there. Just texture the foreground a bit. Well, I know what I'll do. Bit of blue. Talk about having fun with your paint. Not sure I've got the wrong colour on that for water. I made these a little bit bigger now. I've decided that I'm sort of making this up. It's sort of growing from one disaster to another. Okay, right, let's I'll dry it off now, and I'll put a bit of stuff in with the rigger. So headphones off again. And while I do this, I'll drink my Bovril. It's amazing what you can do with three colours, but it's what three colours you use. That Prussian blue does take a lot of getting used to. It's so insistent, but it does give these brilliant greens. We've been doing jigsaw puzzles. Well, we're on to our second one in a month. Our neighbour, they spend a lot of time doing them. While we're all locked down, we're sort of more or less tied to our own selves. We can't mix with people, which is a pain. So it all helps. Not wasting time really, but just something to do. I've got our large table shut down and with a puzzle on it, and we just do it as and when. We just let's have a half-hour puzzle. Okay, well that'll do. Let's put it in a bed and see what we've got. Best way to judge these things. There we are. We've got a painting. When I photograph these things, I never seem to get them horizontal. They're always tipping down one side or the other. But I quite like that. Prairie. It was going to be a waterscape, but it's now Prairie. But this is it. When you're working sort of off the top of your head and making things up as you go and correcting mistakes or turning disasters into problem solved, it's great fun. I love the sky. It's so delicate and gentle. It really is a contrast to the more detailed foreground. And that tree seems to glow now. Well, I hope you like it. I'll get this uploaded and I'll see you soon. Stay safe, folks. Thanks for looking. Goodbye.